Okay, we are about to go live, everyone. Yes, Laura? All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Art with Liz here at the Hoboken Library. And I want to start out by saying thank you to the library for offering us these wonderful creative opportunities to do art here in the Hoboken Library, as well as in your home and in your home studio. Those of you who are on Zoom, welcome. Those of you who are here in person, welcome also. And you can also watch us live on YouTube and or later in your busy schedule. I have to start out with an apology today. My printer, seems to be malfunctioning, and I have been unable the last few days to print out my notes. So I am referring to what I can find online on my phone. So I have no way of highlighting specific information, and I'm just going to be reading stuff off my phone, which I feel is a completely inadequate way to present information to people, but it's all I can do for you at the moment. You can find more information yourselves. There's so much information via the internet these days, and I invite you to either read along with me or do some research on your own at your leisure or even during class, particularly since I'm hampered with sharing specific information that I would like to be sharing with you today. That being said, I would like to start the theme, a new theme for us in this month of July. I am going to be talking about artists who are either who lived during the early period of the United States or who do art that celebrates the early history of the United States, because we are in a period where we are celebrating the 250th anniversary of this country. So I'm not delivering any political message. I'm not delivering a patriotic message. However, some of the art we may be looking at during this month will be most assuredly projecting patriotic imagery, patriotic messaging, none of which are necessarily my own or the library's. But artists live, all of us live in periods of history and eras where we are influenced by what is going on around us, the aesthetics, the belief systems, the political things, events that are happening around us. And the first artist that I'm going to talk about today was, I don't know how patriotic she was, but she made a living selling images that I think are extremely patriotic, and probably the people who purchased her work considered them to be very patriotic. They contain a lot of imagery that I personally find to be incredibly stereotypical. You may not. People in the internet audience may think that they are not stereotypical, but as with all art, it is up to you to determine your thoughts and feelings about what I'm going to show today. We're going to start out with a slideshow of her work. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I know about the history of her work and the biographical information I have about her, and you can determine your own theories and beliefs about her work. For starters, her name is Jenny Augusta Branscombe. She was born December 10th, 1850, and she was an American painter designer, etcher, commercial artist, and illustrator. And here we go with the slideshow. I do believe I have it open and ready to share. Yes. Now, the way I have spelled her name, Jenny, with a Y, I have also seen it spelled I-E. Just letting everybody know that. Folks at home, can you see the first slide image? Thank you. She studied art for years in the United States in Paris. And one of the really important things about her, I think, is that was one of the founding members of the Art Students League of New York City. She taught there, she studied there, and she was a founding member. She did a lot of paintings about colonial American history, and she was well known for her painting The First Thanksgiving. And this painting, this is her very stylized image of Betty Ross stitching the first American flag. When I was a child in elementary school, this was one of the first pictures in my social studies textbook. And it really did a lot to form my belief system about the country that I was growing up in. This is the way I believed early Americans looked and dressed. Probably not the case. But let's look at it artistically. Her work was often criticized as being very stilted and stiff, but God bless Jenny Augusta Branscombe. She never cared what the critics said. She was a prolific painter. She did hundreds and hundreds of paintings, many of which she replicated as prints, and she made her living by selling the images to companies that replicated them to make into calendars, Christmas cards, postcards, etc. Her works are in many public collections and museums, including right here in Newark Museum, the Newark Museum of Art. She worked in watercolor, oils. She was an etcher, and she was also a designer and a commercial artist. She exhibited in New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, and London. And commercially, she did quite well. And these paintings became very popular. They were very idealized visions of traditional rural life and family. So very sweet, very, very romantic imagery of what she thought colonial America was like. Very clean also. They didn't have washing machines. They had to make their own soap. So maintaining this amount of crisp cleanliness was probably impossible to achieve. But the imagery, again, was very popular. She sold her first painting called Grandmother's Treasures in 1876, and it was exhibited at the National Academy of Design show. It was described as a large and cleverly painted interior with figures. She also made portraits. She also did some still life and landscape work, but this was what was her bread and butter, what made her famous. Her images were popular, good morning, in magazines and publications throughout her life. She was among a group of artists of what was called the Colonial Revival movement, and artists in this group admired colonial heroes like George Washington, etc. Other artists in the group included Howard Pyle, Jean Leon Jerome Ferris, Henry Alexander Ogden, Edward Percy Moran, and John Ward Dunsmore. And their work was shown in coloring books, magazines, calendars, and other commercial products. And lithography had this is a repeat of that image. Lithography was just becoming popular, so printing made their work much more accessible to people.
What medium did they use to paint this? Because it looks too realistic to be acrylic.
This is probably oil. So this artist was born in the 1800s. Acrylic was not available to her, Daniel. She worked in watercolors and oils. So this is one of her portraits. Not a problem. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You may sit anywhere. Pull up a chair. She painted scenes with Dolly Madison hosting a ball, the Liberty Bell being rung by a man, and the first painting we looked at, Betsy Ross sewing the American flag. She also painted the first Thanksgiving in 1914 that depicts the historic event when colonists and Native Americans, led by Massasoit, gathered in 1621 to celebrate the first harvest in accordance with the English tradition. And the interesting thing about the first version of this that she painted, it was completely incorrect because the Indians that she painted in the first version of this painting were dressed as Plains Indians who couldn't possibly have been present at the first Thanksgiving. When she was criticized for that, she did another version of the painting with Native American people dressed properly as woodland Indians who would have been living on the eastern seaboard of the United States, who might have been present at the first Thanksgiving. So she was patriotic. She painted these very romanticized, very idealized pictures of early America, but she was willing to break through the stereotypes when necessary to try and create something a little bit more realistic. Her work continues to be sold in the United States and Europe. There was a retrospective of her work in 1996 at the Wayne County Historical Society in Pennsylvania. And finally, as I mentioned earlier, she ignored criticism and praise when people demanded that she change her work. She said, I don't care, this is art, and quote unquote, it's great fun, and I will continue to paint as I wish. She passed away August 5th, 1936, in Bayside, New York. She spent some time in Europe painting. Um, she had a mentor with whom she lived for quite a while. Um, she met him in Paris, but he had a place in the Catskills in New York, and they spent time together there. When he passed away, he gave her his house in the Catskills, and she lived part of the year in the Catskills and part of the year in New York City. And she painted in both places. Sorry, this image is blurred.
Is that an old lady with the same size as this little girl?
Say it again, Daniel.
That old lady that has the same size and proportions of my little girl.
I still didn't quite understand. Old lady, I don't even see an old
And
lady.
it's the one that are together.
There are quite a few people together.
It's the smallest one. It's the
There,
smallest.
there are two little girls.
It's a little girl. And maybe the blurred image kind of makes it look a little bit like.
You mean on the left-hand side? Yeah, it's two little girls holding hands.
Maybe the blurred image kind of.
Her face is distorted because of the fact that it's blurry. Yes, they're two little girls. Does that help? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, kind of make it look like an old granny.
Yeah, no, it's two little girls. Oh, she did dabble in Impressionism for a while because she did live in Paris during the period when Impressionism was in vogue. And this is one of those Impressionist style paintings that she did. But this is it. This is the kind of stuff that she did. Very much like the Romantic European artists that we have talked about in the past, but in a different period of history. And she was very much enamored with colonial times. So you can see the cats. So I'm going to go through the images quite fast now. Again, this is very typical of her work. The farm wife, spotless in her light colored clothing. The baby, completely clean also. I love it. Aha, so this is the first Thanksgiving image. And you can see this is the incorrect first painting because you can see the Indians in the far right, the Native American people, wearing headdresses, the feather headdresses of Plains Indians. And she was criticized quite loudly for that. And she decided to redo the painting with Native American people in woodland dress. I don't think I have a picture of that in the slideshow, though. Sorry. This also was in my social studies book. I remember this picture vividly. This is what I grew up believing early America was like. It's an image that I find difficult to let go of, too. I have to be honest. Maybe it was like this. All right. Any comments or thoughts about Ms. Branscome's work? I think she was very good at replicating real images. She definitely had skill, and she practiced her craft throughout her life and made a living at it. So I think she is to be commended for a lifetime of following her passion and her life.
Some of it reminded me of New Orleans opera.
Yes, it is certainly in that vein of sentimentalizing, capturing a moment in a sentiment.
Like sepia tone.
Yes, the sepia tones. Yes, great comment, Annie.
In what year did she paint the first Thanksgiving?
1914.
Wow.
Yes. So rather late to still be in that mode of thinking, but yeah.
I think that's late. That in the 1950s, this was very popular.
Well, even today. Even
Yes,
today.
some-
Even today. So sorry, I stand corrected on the comment about lateness. Oh, I forgot to do stop share. Oh well. Yeah, it was painted, the first version was painted in 1914. Any other comments? So our options for today are to copy one of Miss Branscome's painting, to look on your smart devices for images of early colonial people and copy someone in colonial dress. There are some very interesting pictures of people in colonial military dress, those of you who might be interested in that kind of thing. Also, different professional people in the kinds of clothing they wore. People like blacksmiths, weavers, etc., printers. That is an option. And that's it. You could copy one of Mrs. Branscome's pictures that I will put up on the screen, or you could work from an image of early colonial settlers in the United States. Any questions about what we're creating today? I do have paper at the back, colored pencils, acrylic paint, watercolor paint, regular pencils. I believe that's it for supplies. Those of you who are new to the class, all the supplies are on the window ledge at the back. There is also a pencil sharpener. And I am going to put up an image of Ms. Branscome's work. I showed this one. I like putting up ones that I've not shown. This is not her work, so we're not putting that up. I did show this one, but this is the one we're going to put up. So those of you who may never have drawn the human figure, don't worry, I will be around to help. You can always refer back to old classes that I have shown, talking about the proportions of the human figure. This one's a little dark. Can everyone see it? You can see, can you see it? Okay, good. So this one is challenging because she is turned away, but the good news is you don't really have to worry about her facial features. I want you to focus on the proportions of the full figure. Try and capture the gesture. Look at the composition. I chose this one because it's one of her more interesting compositions. The way the hills are in the background, the way the fence behind her is slanting, the angle of the steps. There's some interesting proportional things going on in this picture. And Susan, it has a cat. So we have a full hour to work on this. As always, if you don't like the projects I presented, create your own. I have no problem with that. Were you okay with me presenting from my phone rather than from my notes? Because I mean, I could save a whole lot of paper by not printing out. It was okay? That was enough information on the artist?
You probably can write up the stuff on the phone.
I could do a whole nother document on my phone. I could do it on my laptop and send it to myself. That's what I probably should do. If I can't fix my printer, that's what I will do going forward. You missed the intro. I apologize, Daniel, because my printer is on the fritz.
I understand. You must know, I took advantage of a charity and they gave me some art stuff. And even with a basic animation tool, I'm starting to learn.
Awesome. Congratulations. What program are you using?
It's called Moho Debut. Doesn't have all the professional tools, but it's good to begin.
I look forward to seeing the artwork you create.
It'll take me a while to practice, but thanks.
Yeah, take your time.
Wow. How about changes?
Yes, the image is always different
It's
on the
screen.
laptop than it is in real life, too. Yeah, I think this one is kind of charming.
I like this.
Yeah,
But you can get on the phone.
yes, that's why. Have you tried working directly from this screen? When you take it on the phone, it's so small. It's so difficult to copy from a tiny image. How are you today? Are you enjoying vacation? What? I like watching you work. So keep having fun. Well, I have a lot of these things. These are great for when we did the art and music festival, because we've had the display units and we tie the display units, and sometimes we tie our art to the display. Extend it to the. So there's- you can- Yeah, they have this. Huh? Yeah, how did you find it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, if you want to be on the mailing list, you can make your. Different people. Reducing that.
Oh, you did? Where'd you get it? Yeah, for some of that. Places. I get that a lot, and then Amazon and Target line, you know, and then it's like. Yeah, they must see it. I don't know about around here. Oh, that might go on in the door. I went to the water. Really tough. And they thought, I couldn't get into my garage 3 days. It got hilarious, because I'm a woman Boulevard East in the 60s. So it was a really good vantage point there. And there's concrete barricades and all, and there's no Main Street. It was terrible because of those was had the or had, you know, we had guests wanting to come, we had everybody had to cancel. We had people who were hosting things. It was terrible, and it never, for the 3 days, they had it for the 3 days. For the third, you know, I can fix some. Unbelievable, but it was really beautiful to see the ship. I had seen them in 1976 from the New York side. I was like down to the water. Then before that was all the bells and almost sit in a rock in the Hudson. You know, yeah, yeah. So, but at least you had a breeze.
We did, there was a nice breeze off that. It wasn't strong breeze, but it was a gentle breeze. It was enough to make you feel a little bit.
And that's the fireworks, is that a good answer?
I did not go down to the river. So I don't know, I watched on TV this year, it was spectacular. There were a lot of fireworks on TV, but I don't think I.
No, because it's all in the, what is it called? The Brooklyn, adjacent to the Brooklyn Bridge and
This was on the bridge.
the bridge and then, over the Statue of Liberty, so you want to can't see there.
So I'm glad I stayed home.
Brookfield was sponsored by us. That's why the location. You know, the Brookfield properties are great.
And then they had a lot of fireworks there. That must have been wonderful there.
That was why the location.
Yeah.
Because initially they said they're going to go for Hudson Yard, which they didn't.
They did.
So people came to see Hudson Yard, but they
It was
couldn't
not
see.
Well, I could, I,
Not my.
I'm.
Yeah, that's. Okay, yeah, and who's this? Me. Lisa. Read the couple?
Yes. Yeah, and right. Wow. What's your name? So, tell me that you're painting, but I'm not gonna repeat it. It's also very colorful. And it has a lot of texture and nuances in it. That's a line.
It's a line. For it.
Prefer it's a blue line. Line them up. What's your paint?
What is the other one?
It's our grandma.
No.
It's that me. Oh, I'm sure. Or you're living.
No, the painted supposed to.
Oh, you can't believe it. I could see that from. Okay. Well,
Okay. I think it's coming from.
Go follow San Diego.
How much? Who doesn't go?
Love your work. I wanna see you make another one. This one, I wanna see it. Okay.
Maybe collage, maybe collage, maybe collage.
You could look a lot.
Bigger.
You wanna rip and glue? Ripping is so fun. All right, have fun. I'll be back to see what you create. Very good. That's right. Take your time. They have an app. It's good beginning. Are you doing just the head?
Just the head.
Good, Daniel. Like it. So those pictures are probably way more active than anything she created.
Yeah, at least for the environment that she's probably fine. Because
I mean, she painted mainly probably wealthy people.
no wonder.
I doubt that most colonial people dressed in this way.
They kind of just found out.
She's not a young woman who lived on a farmstead, I don't think.
Yeah. Good, and you got very close to goal with this, difficult to achieve with watercolor painting. You're very close. Um, and you take a difficult one. Is that actually her one? Yeah, and one wonders how they got their clothing so white. I don't think that's possible. They had to be a lot. The women must have horrible drugs, you know, and they can sell. Oh, I'll find you. It's a little. Oh, I'm gone. Thank you. There's a box back here with big erasers too. Yeah.
Yes.
Night. Probably. Outside. When I go. It's close. People are going things.
I'm not a big fan of Costco. It's a good place to go.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I don't like to look.
While I'm there, I have about 5 more ever need.
Yeah.
Change before.
Yes, yes, that is what she is. Completely romanticized the colonial period of America. And I just finished a novel that it's just turned out to be so awful, though I don't want to recommend it. But about a woman who was romanticizing what it might have been like to live on the prairie.
Oh.
It's called Yesteryear.
I thought it was Little Girl on the Prairie.
What?
I think there was a book called Little Girl on the Prairie. I thought it was Little Girl on the Prairie.
No, that's also
Little House.
Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, Little House.
Very romantic. And very popular.
What's popular? I like it.
Yes, when
They
people read
broadcast it.
when they were young.
They broadcasted these on each time.
I'm actually waiting for a book that my father recommended me to read. Book called Lord the Dogs of War.
The Dogs of War.
Yeah.
I've heard of that book. How folks at home are doing. How are the artists at home doing? Are we okay? Good.
Good.
Good. Susan's still here? No. Yes. Maybe. Time for me to put on my next layer of clothing. Shall return. So someone did this. Very much. Fingers will get me, but it's easy to watch. Don't worry. You can fill the whole page. That would be wonderful. was very well done, but the things.
See, look,
Waste, it's one. They're not gonna fit on that piece of paper. The piece of paper is too small for the length of the ledge. And that's okay. And I'm gonna fit the whole person on here. Yes, you want the whole person to fit, yeah, just turn it that way. Good, very good. So tomorrow night, there is going to, oh no, not tomorrow night. A week from tomorrow night, there's going to be a free concert on the waterfront, July 16th. It's called Songs of Freedom. You can invite Indian Sinatra Post. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
no, I used to cook a lot of those. I don't forget it. You put all of them.
Well, it's been too hot.
You probably gets hot. I have to go for one, see my dog.
The context. We know we're gonna have one of those. We don't know what day it is. So this afternoon, we have class here again, starting at 1:30. We will be looking at the art of a man who named either John Turnbull or John Trumbull. His name is listed both ways. And he is famous for painting George Washington 1,000,000 times. He was fascinated by the man.
There was the Art Students League, it wasn't where it is now.
I have no idea where the original one is. Somebody could look that up. But Lindsay is here. She would come right away. You look it up?
That found where I opened my way Sinatra single because August 13th, 6:30.
Oh, that's when the Sinatra the Sinatra contest is in August. Thank you, Alina. I know where the Art Students League is now has been there for quite a while.
Yeah. 57th Street.
The original Art Students League, which opened in 1875, was located at 108th Fifth Avenue at the corner of Fifth Avenue and 16th Street in a top floor space. And today it's located at the American Fine Arts Society building, 215 West 57th Street. It's a beautiful building. Beautiful old building.
It's been there for many years.
Oh, so long. That opened in 1892.
Oh, there?
Mhm. So they were from 1875, 1882, they were in the Flatiron District at 16th Street. And then from 1882 to 1892, they moved to West 14th Street because they expanded. And then from 1892 to present, they are at 215 West 57th Street. And they have just wonderful classes. I've never taken one there, but I've only heard good things about the Art Students League.
Yeah.
If you want to learn how to do printmaking, they're a great place to go. Realistic drawing, wonderful place to learn how to do that. Oh, I did get the Pangram for today. It's liturgy. Actual portraits rather than.
Sure, fun is really long. Yeah, oh, taking this is much. How long did you go? You still lost it.
Very aggressive. Idealize. Oh, I think this is one for. Oh, famous things. I think there's a guy on the board.
Yeah, it's not.
Romance or something. Yeah. Waiting. To arrive. No, she's waiting for him. Oh, look. Fancy, that's who we were. Yes, it is. And the young woman's parents are sitting on a front step, and you can see in the distance, there's a young man on a horse. She's waiting for it. Coming down the trail. One of her more famous pieces. It's called something, Young Romance.
Love's young dream.
Love what?
Love's young.
Yeah.
1887.
Fairly typical of what she did. You're doing great.
I like this part, and that's it.
What don't you like?
Everything. Except that.
So what is it about the goddess?
I like it, I like the way that I was able to manipulate the paint.
And make it pretty. Yeah.
Or give it something, and the other is like. This is like one of those things where you keep adding to it and
So you're overworking because you're on that. My suggestion is you let it dry. If you want these light highlights, you can go back over it with white pastel or lighter value pastel once it's dry. When it's wet,
okay.
it's not. I'm out red.
I guess I have to take a course in watercolor. And pretty good.
You can take one specifically to throw it away. But if you want white highlights, you need to take a white. And if you want us to look big, you put the dark colors out of it. That's what you need to have in the
Yeah, that's why that was right.
So you
The
get
profile is not.
it's very difficult to achieve. realism. Very, very, very good. Even for very practice. Watercolor artists, because you know what, it flows wherever it wants to go. And the trick is to do it in layers. So this is now dry. You can start adding the darker stuff. And now with a different medium, later continue working with the watercolor.
Throw it out, but I get yelled at.
Do not throw it away. And if you want a darker color, you use less water and more paint.
Okay, I'm gonna let it dry and then some pastel.
Okay. You're just at the point where you can use pastel. Getting to be dry enough. Or colored pins. Heather, this picture's. Okay.
I wash my hands.
Oh. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's very. Yeah. Good, you enlarge something. It's not so much easier. Yeah. It's just a hand is drawn, but it's way too soon. I mean, the sounds. I know. Right. Very good. At the end, it's a little bit small.
Yeah, that one was. What did you do? You said that you didn't care. You didn't care. I mean, didn't you
Oh,
say-
I don't care. Because the drawing.
Well, it is also perspective. Look at the picture. Look at the picture in the hand. And this one in the hand also with. Because they're short, they are short.
It does. Thank you, Liz. I got all different. See you.
My pleasure. Enjoy the heat of the sun.
And Liz, you're reading my carrot is sleeping.
So good. Yeah, but did we,
To share. It's a little early for sharing, but I hope you're gonna be here when we share, okay? So we can share. All right? It's a little early for sharing. People are still working. If you can hold on, we're gonna be sharing soon. He wants to share. I told him it's a little early.
No, definitely. Oh, yeah, image. Yeah.
Hi, Don. Yeah. Exactly correct. Well, you could go look at this artist's other work.
what is the name?
Her name is Jenny Augusta Brownscombe. Correct. You bring me a piece of paper and a pencil, I'll be happy to write her name down. You have time to do a second drawing. I won't really have time to do another thing. But you could do a drawing. If you want. It's sometimes spelled with a Y. Sometimes spelled with my E, sometimes with a Y, and that's a J. New turtles. And then Ninja Turtles. Or Leonardo da Vinci. That? Yeah, okay, I love him too. What's that? You haven't finished it? You wanna take it home and finish it? That works.
It's your art, you need to do it.
Yeah, that's.
Somewhere.
You gotta carry it like this. Yep, there you go, put it out in the sun. Not shining anything.
All I did was for my house.
So, now say that. See that. Say that. And red.
This is.
This is also for.
That has to be more. Yeah, back of that door is the monkey. That's one of the things.
That's okay. Oh, you need to get. And you can go and thank the Lord. This can travel in both backpacks. Nothing. It's only.
Wait, I just want something.
Yeah. What? Okay. This is a man. Yes, it is. I like to dance at time for traps. Must be very comfortable. Grandma can't carry it. I'm like, that's not terrible. All right, see you next time. Keep doing your beautiful art.
Bye. Yes. Yeah, be dark, but doesn't matter what.
Even a dark colored pencil. A dark colored pencil.
I know, I'm going. I'm going to start with doing it. The school is still. Okay.
Very sensitive.
Oh, that one, the daughter.
That's how she made her living. She sold the cards. Right, watch. Dark pencil. Now, once it's dry, you can emphasize your outline. And you can do some of the dark shadows. When you did with the dark. And now that it's dry, you can also take the dark, less water. Do what I was. And then all the brush on the silver barrel. And more control. What? Get more. You can control the flow of So you can do it with the pencil. You do it soft, you can do it with actual paint. Just unless you present it, whatever was needs. We look at it. Okay. So this was I know a double points, that's not pretty, but usually it's everyone's in. I also went on a class on the service. To say if you. Yeah, that's Tuesday. Very good. And I now I will keep you.
Yes.
My comments.
Thank you.
I don't lose it.
We are going to share in 2 minutes. Folks at home, are you good? Oh, we lost quite a few at-home folks. I'm sorry.
Still here.
What, Robin? Or
So
Marco? Maybe it was.
I'm still here.
You're still here.
I went to another place to look at a picture and then I came back.
Okay, good. But we've lost young C and we have lost Susan, unfortunately.
Hmm.
I guess as Susan is getting ready to come here physically this afternoon. which is what she usually does.
All righty. Let's see.
Very beautiful work to share today.
Okay.
Um,
Two things for you to do now.
I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I'm going to stop the share of the image on the big screen, and we're going to start looking at folks at home first today for share, because it is your turn. Robin, you are first in my queue. Oh, and Diane is back. Welcome back, Diane.
Thank you.
Robin, do you want to share?
Drawing an American Indian. This was the photograph
Wait, I need to remove
because we were doing
myself.
the early American stuff. So then I was just
Wow.
messing
Really
around.
nice drawing. Very strong.
Yeah, it is-
Oh,
yeah,
look at this one.
yeah.
Fantastic shading. My one
Yeah,
thing I
well-
want to tell you, Robin, more on the top of the head.
Yes, of course. Makes sense.
Well done.
Mm.
Goodbye, ladies. You don't want to share today? You did great drawing. See you next week
Yes, sure.
or this afternoon if you're coming back. All right, Diane, were you just a listener today or do you have
Yes.
art you want to
Yes.
share?
I was just a listener.
All right. Well, we were glad you were with us.
Yeah, because I went for a cup of coffee and I came back.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
We're going to move along to Margot. Margot, you ready for sharing?
I was working on a sketch, so I was finishing it. Thanks.
Oh, I love it. Oh, so
is.
sweet.
It is sweet. Well done.
I love the dark outline
Okay, good. Yeah, the shading is the hardest part of this.
and the shading is great.
Thanks. I also made some jewelry.
Wow, you were busy today.
Mhm.
Nice, black and white. Or
Uh,
gold. Is that gold?
green
Gold and
is-
black.
This is green and tiger's eye. I don't know if I can get the light to show it, but and this is lapis and white
Oh, it's
turquoise.
art. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. All right, so we're now going to switch back to people here. If I can find myself, what happened?
I don't know. You have the three of us on the screen. Oh no, the gallery.
Oh, goodness. Look. Mhm.
La pelota la dejó, la soltó.
If you go
Here we go. All right, Jackie, do you want to share or do you want your son to go first? Or maybe you can both come at the same time. Let me just move the chair out of the way.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Right.
Whoa.
And then
That's wonderful. Oh,
Two. What's this drawing about?
what's it about? Liberty, the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of
In the
Liberty.
boat.
Yes.
Okay.
I see her. 4th of July,
Is it 4th of July?
yes,
Yes.
you're really drawn well. I love it. And fireworks, there's some fireworks.
Yep.
Wonderful. Great lines, great color.
¿Cómo está? Feliz vacaciones.
bonito el día,
Sí, mija. And then this was mine.
And here's Jackie.
Mm.
So this, you were copying a Jenny Augusta
Yeah.
Branscombe,
Yeah.
That's
one
interesting.
of her portraits.
Oh,
Really, really well done. Features are very much in proportion, so great job.
Thank you.
Right, who's next? For sharing. You gonna share it off? Yours is beautiful, come on.
wondering, wondering,
Lovely.
wondering.
This is a copy in progress.
Oh, it's hard to see, but the face in this drawing in Alina's work is quite well done. And this is the woman we had on the large screen by Jenny Augusta Branscombe. Are you coming back this afternoon to continue working, or?
I think I'm listening.
It'd be great to see more progress on beautiful composition and colors. Thank you. Are you gonna share this thing? Annie is next. Yes. Particularly since you had struggles.
It looks like it's
I want you to talk about that.
I'm one of the guest children today.
Not true. This is really a great
Wonderful.
painting,
Very nice.
and you had difficulties with it. Did you learn from your struggles?
Yes,
What did you learn?
I learned that I need to take a course in. No, I
I
learned,
taught you some techniques. Did
no,
that-
no, I learned holding the barrel of the paintbrush and putting more paint on to do, see, I did
Doing shading.
doing the shading.
Control, right?
Yeah,
Of where the paint would go. And this is a great painting. I
and
think you should continue working on it.
also I learned that the arm wasn't long enough. That it needs to be 3 times the length of the head. Is that right?
That is correct.
So, I learned that. And thank you very much for letting me share.
Quite welcome. You should be proud of the fact that you're learning and growing in your technique. Donna, do you want to share? I know you did at the end. No, okay. Yoko. You're gonna share today. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, also,
Wow.
copy that we had on the large.
Just on the
Well
water
done,
Very nice.
pencil.
Colored pencil.
well
Very-
done.
Nice
Got the
proportions.
size of the hands and feet. Really great. So the hands are the size of the face as well as the feet are the same size as the face. So you got that down correctly, Yo. Great color.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel. You are up next.
Cool. Oh, very cool, Daniel.
So
Very cool.
well done. Do we know what rank this is?
Love the
I
attitude.
couldn't tell. I wasn't.
Soldier.
Yeah, I love the pose.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Okay, Well done. And to carry those big long rifles, they must have weighed quite a bit.
And also they're very long and hard to carry.
Hard to carry. Heavy.
Mm.
Heavy to carry. They did not have it easy. All right. So you are not cleaned up. It is now time to clean up. Those of you who are coming back, you have you don't want to show your painting. You never got to share it with me. Well, you showed both. Did I miss anything? I'm so sorry. Okay, it's time to clean up. Well done, everybody. I'm sorry. Did it? Put it on the line. Yeah, you. All right.
They're gonna get it, you know, but we have to continue our feet on the same. They do, we have to, not to have a poker for actually, for cleaning up there, you know, every 18 stuff.
Oh, yes. Are you talking about the World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, they cleaned up the whole stadium.
That's what they're trying to do.
And they vowed to the people to keep the heart. Yes, it was very impressive. Yes.
So that's why I would do that when I go to the beach. I would clean up.
It's very kind of. You enjoyed yourself, I hope you come and eat this. Okay, cool. Are you coming back this afternoon? Awesome. Okay, folks at home. It's a little early to say goodbye, but
You do class size.
I'm gonna repeat that there is Jenny Augusta Branscombe work at the Newark Museum of Art, so you can actually see her work in person right here in New Jersey. And if you do, let us know what you thought about it up close and personal. Because I have never, other than in my social studies books as a child, I have never seen her work in person.
Mhm.
And I'm curious to see if it has any kind of dynamic appeal when you look at it in person.
Okay.
All right, so this afternoon, John Trumbull, a great chronicler of George Washington. We will be doing portraiture. If you're coming back this afternoon, you may want to look for a photograph of someone that you would like to do a portrait of. So I think I will say goodbye until this afternoon and until next week. Art on, everyone. See art, do art, enjoy art wherever you are. Take care. This afternoon's class starts at 1:30 p.m. Yes. Take care, everyone. Robin, are you coming back? I will see you this afternoon then. Take care.